What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Ty here from Ty Drives for Night, yet another POV drive. And today we are taking a 2022 Audi Q7 in the premium trim level with the 45 powertrain for a little test drive today. So let's see what the turbocharged 4-cylinder Q7 drives like. Now, this is one of two powertrains you can get in a Q7. So you can get either the turbocharged 4 or a turbocharged V6, which we have the turbocharged 4, of course. Now, throughout this video, we're going to take it around to the sort of dead end over here, and we'll test out the turning circle. We'll then get it out onto more of a straight road. We'll get up to like 45, 50 miles an hour, and we'll see what the road noise, wind noise, things like that feel like at that speed. Then we'll get it out onto the back roads to get a little acceleration test. We'll see what it's like on the more bumpy and twisty roads of sort of the back roads of Connecticut up here. Now, if you're looking for a dedicated features review on this exact car, go over to my channel Ty Drives, where I put a dedicated features review on this exact car, where I sort of go through everything, pop the hood, pop the trunk, we'll see what the third row seats like, the second row, and all of the technology displayed up in the front here. So over to our turning circle test. So this being a little bit of a larger vehicle, it's a little bit of a larger turning circle as well. But I must point out that the Q7 is available with 4-wheel steering. So obviously in the upper trims, you can get 4-wheel steering with the Q7. If you're in sort of more of a city environment, that would be a pretty good option for you. And it definitely does greatly reduce the turning circle. There's a few other Audi models that offer it, such as the Q8 or A8. Maybe even the A6 All-Road. I could be mistaken with that one. But yeah, in any of the Audi models that have the 4-wheel steering, it definitely reduces the turning circle. So now that we have it out onto this straight road here, hopefully get it up to about 45, 50 miles an hour. See, actually, we'll demonstrate how the lane keep assist works. If we just veer out of the lane, it kind of lights up red in there, and it will kind of gently steer you back into your lane. It's a sort of not really invasive lane keep assist, to where it's not like jerking you and turning the car over or anything like that. But it'll just gently turn you back into the lane. There's no beeps and warnings and things going on like that, but very, very nice working lane keeping assist. Now that we're up at 40, 50 miles an hour now, there's very, very minimal road noise and also very minimal wind noise. You could barely hear the wind going over the mirrors. You could barely hear the tires going over the road. This particular Q7 does have the smallest wheels, so the 19-inch wheels. So that'll also help out a little bit in the road noise category as well. Alright, so we're going to take this next right here. We're going to drop it into dynamic, because this is where we're going to do our acceleration test. So what I like to do is I get the car up to 25 miles an hour, and I then just kind of punch the throttle, see how quickly the transmission reacts, and we'll see how quickly we can get it up to speed. So putting it into dynamic puts the transmission into a sporty mode. You can see it kind of holds gears a little bit, and so not too bad of an acceleration. So this is quite a bigger vehicle, and a 4-cylinder turbocharged does sound a little overwhelming, or I should say underwhelming, for a vehicle of this size.
And, you know, is the turbocharged V6 better? Of course it is. It produces, you know, it produces almost 70 horsepower more than this vehicle does with the turbocharged 4. I believe this car is right around 248 horsepower, whereas the V6 is 335 horsepower. So, quick, simple math in my head. Yeah, so the turbocharged V6 is more of a powerhouse. And if you want even more horsepower, the SQ7 makes 500 horsepower out of a beautiful twin turbocharged V8. So that will be saved for a separate video. But yeah, acceleration isn't too bad. The way I would describe it is if you've ever driven a turbocharged 4-cylinder Volkswagen Atlas, you know, it's very similar. So not too bad with the acceleration there. Now we could switch it back into the comfort mode. The steering lightens up a little bit, and the transmission shifts a little bit quicker. I should say a little bit lower in the RPM range to save you a little bit of gas and save you a little bit of the uneven shifts. Suspension seems to be acting pretty nicely. Now, this Q7, of course, being the premium model with the convenience package, just has the standard suspension. But I must mention, you can, of course, get 4-corner air suspension with the upper packages, which will pretty greatly increase the ride comfort. Although I have to say, with the standard suspension and the smaller wheels, this car does ride pretty good, and we're just coming up on the bumpiest section of the test drive just now. We round this corner, we'll have a quick S-turn, and the town that we're in right now does not take care of the roads all that well, so we'll see how the transmission or the suspension picks up these bumps here. A very farmy part of Connecticut. So you could hear the bumps a little bit, but you know, having smaller wheels, you know, they don't look the best. You know, if you get 21-inch wheels on this car, it definitely looks better. But it does reduce the ride quality because you have, you know, a lot less sidewall to the tires. So therefore, your trade-off with the smaller wheels is a little bit more of a comfier ride. Unless, of course, you get the air suspension. A very nicely insulated car, you know, with the noise insulation. You really don't hear a whole lot of the road. Now you can get 2 different seats with this vehicle. Of course, we have the standard seats with the more conservatively optioned Q7 that we're driving here, but they are plenty comfortable. You know, you get 4-way lumbar, you have the back and forth for the backrest and all that good stuff. So they are pretty comfortable seats, and you can really set it up to have a more, you know, a pretty comfortable driving position. You can, of course, in the upper models have a seat that's very similar to the luxury sedan, the A8, which obviously would be a bit more comfortable and quite a bit more adjustable with the seating there. You know, you can adjust thigh extensions, you have the cooling function for the seats, massaging, as well as the cushion extensions there. I believe the headrests are a little bit more adjustable as well somehow. But these more basic seats have been pretty comfortable. And we'll take it up this hill here. We'll get Jensen. We'll take it up the hill here and give it a good half throttle acceleration. So this proves to build some pretty good mid-range power with the turbocharged 4. So, what are my wrap-up thoughts on the 2022 Q7 45? So, despite this being such a large vehicle, like I said before in the video, the turbocharged 4 actually does pretty good with this vehicle. And if you're not concerned about having a powerhouse or anything like that, you know, having lots of power, and you'd rather trade that off for a little bit better fuel economy, then this is the car for you. Now, you can actually load the Q7 up pretty nicely with lots of options, and also have the 45 powertrain, the turbocharged 4-cylinder. So that's also good to know. But as it is, you know, this car really does have quite a bit of options. You know, you have the 3D camera system and everything like that, and this is just basically a base car with one convenience package added to it. So this, you know, it proves to be decent value. This car stickers for around $61,000. And of course, if you wanted to see all the features of this car, I made a devoted video, as I said before. Go on over to Ty Drives and check that one out too. But to wrap up this video, I hope you have enjoyed the Q7 just as much as I have, and I also still hope you stay with us here at Ty Drives for more videos just like this one.